What up guys, it's Dragon Ball for Life here today, and I'm back with another video. Now today's video I'm going to be talking about the situation with Seth the Programmer and Clyde. Now yesterday Clyde exposed Seth the Programmer for many things, for being a groomer, for being, vindictive, for being an asshole, for, being a harasser. He's had so many allegations that he dropped out about him, and it is quite, interesting because Clyde was actually a friend of Seth and he's made videos with him, so the fact that he exposed him, it does mean quite a bit because he has associated with him before, and from his video he did explain that not only did he do collaborations with him, but he also edited his videos. He also made connections with promotions for him, so he had a big part of to do with his his YouTube channel and in his life. So for him to, expose him and say the stuff about him as a friend, it has to be serious. Now, not just because somebody accuses somebody of, acting a certain way, doesn't mean that, it's true. But in this case, it's 100% true. Clyde was telling the truth, so I don't want to see Seth the Programmer fanboys trying to defend him or make any excuses, because the shit he did is very fucked up. It's very serious. Some stuff less than others, but still, all around, he's just a scumbag. And I've kind of had this feeling about him that he was kind of a douchey, guy. I didn't think of him as a groomer, but I always knew that he had a bad attitude. I mean, if you watch any of his videos, he's always condescending. He's always, disrespectful. He's always, going over the top. I mean, like, the videos that he makes is about power scaling and talking about which fictional character can beat another, and he takes it so far to the point it's like he's insulting people's intelligence, he's belittling them, he's bullying them, he's mocking them, he's ridiculing them, and it's so unnecessary. It's like, dude, we're making videos about who would win in a fight. There's no need to be personal and attack the person. And on my channel I do power scaling and I love it, and I can get heated at times, but I'll never attack somebody and say they're a moron or this or that or talk shit to them because of it. It's like, dude, it's not that serious. And when you do stuff like this, it reflects bad on the anime community. It reflects bad on the Dragon Ball community and the power scaling community, because it makes us look like insane people because we're fighting over fictional characters and we're getting personal. But that's not the reality, because there's countless other power scalers and they're all chill people. But people like Seth, set a bad example. And then there's far more worse stuff that he did. The biggest problem was the fact that, he was grooming and sending weird messages, like telling a 16-year-old boy to wrap a towel around his wiener or some shit, and stream that, and then hitting on minor underage girls and shit. It's just fucking gross. I'm sick and tired of seeing celebrities and YouTubers coming out as pedophiles. It's such a sick thing. It's like you would assume that this would be not very common, but sadly it is. I mean, not too long ago there was a YouTuber by the name of Cyrus. He was also outed for being a pedo and stuff, and it's always gross. You guys already know my stance on criminals and people who do fucked up shit like that. I'm not talking about like small time criminals. I'm talking about serious offenses like pedophilia or rape or any of that shit. I fucking hate it. You guys already know. I explained in my Light Yagami video. I talked about how I think criminals should die who commit those acts, and if he really is like a pedophile, I wish the worst for him, because that's just a fucked up thing to do. And what's the crazy thing about it? Yes, he's done a lot of other fucked up shit, and Clyde did call out a bunch of fucked up things that he did, but a lot of people are more focusing on the minor things about him manipulating situations and taking money from people. And I'm not saying that's completely minor, but compared to grooming, that is significantly different in when it comes to how fucked up it is. And I feel like that should be fixated on a lot more than it was in Clyde's video. No shots or offense to Clyde, but I feel like there should have been a little bit more talking about that, because for me personally, I think that's the most serious situation out of all, like, the stuff that he was talking about. Yes, it's bad to scam your fans. Yes, it's bad to be doxing people or being an asshole or bullying people that are supposed to be your friends, or being an asshole to like somebody that works for you and not paying them very well, whatever. that is bad, but like, let's be honest, grooming is the worst thing. Now, I was kind of contemplating yesterday, should I make this video, should I not? Though, because it was getting a big attraction. There was a lot of, Dragon Ball YouTubers and anime YouTubers that were talking about it. And then there was even more mainstream ones like Charlie from Moist Critical. And then you had like Keemstar have, Clyde come on there to talk about the situation. So it was getting serious, and I didn't know if I should talk about this. But, seeing as, a lot of other YouTubers were talking about it, especially Dragon Ball YouTubers, I felt like it would be weird for me to, ignore it, since I have made videos on him before, and I'm in exactly the same community, the Dragon Ball slash, power scaling community. So this is directly, I've never, associated with him, obviously, but we're directly linked in that case. So it would be weird not to talk about it. The only reason I'm really talking about it is because a viewer of mine by the name of Senpai suggested me, he said, are you going to do it? And I said yes. So yeah. This situation as a whole is just messed up. Even if, let's say, he didn't do the grooming stuff and take that out, he's still a horrible person. I mean, like there was just some stuff that I saw, I was like, whoa, what the hell is wrong with him? Like the whole stuff about, oh yeah, I'm just staying on here just to torment people and stuff. It's like, so you're that petty, you're that, fucked up in the head that you just make these videos just to shit on people, just to belittle them? Why? I mean, I know why. He's a narcissist. He feels like he's an intellectual giant, that he's above everybody else. And just like a narcissist, when you bring reality to them, which is you're not the best, you're not above everybody else, you're just like the rest of us. You might be better in some stuff than other people, but you're not the best, and they can't handle that because he feels like he's so superior to everybody else with his intelligence. But when he sees other people that are smarter than him, he kind of gets insecure about it, and he does some fuck shit just to feel better about himself. But yeah, that stuff. And then how Clyde was talking about, he's like, hey, let's do another collab, and he's like, God, you're acting like a retard, leave me the fuck alone. He's like, leave me the fuck alone, you're so weird, this is embarrassing. I was like, what the hell? Who responds to somebody like that, especially somebody that they're supposed to be friends with and making videos with? Now, even if, let's say, I was collabing with a YouTuber that I did quite a bit, and I'm kind of like, you know what, I don't want to do it, I wouldn't be like that. I would just be like, hey man, look, no offense, bro. I like you. I love making videos with you, but I just want to make some videos on my own. We can do a collab somewhere in the future, but for right now, let me just, stick to making my own videos. Though personally, I would never have a problem with doing collabs with somebody else. I mean, that's cool. If any, bigger YouTuber wants to do a collab with me, I don't have a problem with that. But yeah, even if he didn't want to, I think that would have been a better response. But still, it's like, he was calling him a retard and shit like that. And sometimes I can be harsh with my friends, but it's like in a joking manner. That was him just being a dick. Like, he didn't say anything, he didn't do anything wrong. What was the point to be, so harsh on him for that? So I feel bad for him, especially, his backstory and what he went through. So, like, big shout outs to, Clyde for being strong enough to deal with the shit he's gone through in his life, and especially putting up with Seth, because if I'm being honest, I could have never done that myself. I am very temperamental, and if somebody gives me a lot of attitude, I'm gonna blow up. And I'm not a super, mean guy. I can be mean sometimes, but I'm not over the top. It's only usually when somebody pushes me. So if I was dealing with Seth and he was giving me that attitude, acting like he's better than me, there's two scenarios that would have gone down. One, I would have just stopped associating myself with him and probably exposed him a lot earlier. Or two, I would have gotten into a fight with him. Like, who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like this? You're not going to talk down to me. I'm not some, punk. But Clyde, I can see why he didn't, because he viewed him as a friend, and I do respect that. I think that's an honorable trait to, defend a friend. But still, even then, if they're going down a path like that or acting a certain way like that, you shouldn't defend them, because in the end of the day, what you're going through and who you are is more important than them. Because if they're treating you like that, you shouldn't accept that. Nobody should ever accept that in any relationship, whether it's in a relationship with a partner or a friend or work environment. You should never accept disrespect. If somebody disrespects you and you just let it go, they're going to always keep on disrespecting you. So the best way to stop it is to stand up for yourself. You don't have to be, an asshole. You could just be like, hey, look, I'm not going to let you talk to me like that. We can, handle this professionally, but don't, belittle me like this. But yeah, he has a bad attitude. he's just sick in the head. Like he just loves starting shit. That's why I titled this as him being the greatest instigator, because he just loves to instigate fights, and him talking about how he was just setting up debates and trying to make people look bad. Because I saw Chuck for a long time making videos with him, and I was wondering, why did he stop making videos with them? They seemed pretty close. And I never knew that he did that to him, that he would put him in, situations where he would get made fun of and look bad and just laugh at him and just use him as a prop for views and clout. It's such a fucked up mindset. You can definitely tell this guy doesn't give a shit about anybody. Like the stuff about it, he said, "Oh, I helped build up Chuck," and I forgot who it was. He's like, I shouldn't have done this and stuff. And it's like, yes, you've helped out these YouTubers, but without them, you wouldn't be as big as you are now. So you should show some gratitude towards them too. He's obviously, there's something mentally wrong with him. I want to know why he's the way he is. He's like gone. I don't know if he's lost his mind or has always been this way and just been hiding it, or trying to control it as best as he can. But he's just a dick for no reason. And personally, people like this, if you've ever dealt with a YouTuber who's had a bad attitude like this, or personality like this, don't hide it. Just say it. Yes, they might have legions of fans, but it doesn't matter. In the end of the day, if you don't say anything, they're going to keep on going, and they're going to, cause more damage. And, I don't want to say that it's our due diligence to, out people, but if somebody's doing some fucked up shit and you see it, say something. Don't just stay quiet. Him scamming his viewers, him, lying about not making that, Ichigo versus Naruto video and stuff, or, it's going and it's canceled, this and that. Like, and then him insulting his, patrons. They're giving him money. I would never ask you guys to donate me money. When I do, I want to live stream, but I want to live stream once when I hit 1,000 and get my channel monetized. But I don't want you guys to send me donations. I would never do Twitch because I feel like that's just like panhandling for like spoiled rich kids. I would never do that. Don't donate me money. The best thing you can do for me ever is just watch my videos, like, comment, and subscribe. That's it. I don't need you guys to spend your own money on me, because in the end of the day, I do feel like I feel fucked up taking money from other people, unless I'm starting some campaign or charity thing where I'm trying to help out somebody else or trying to do this big project, then maybe. But just in general, I really don't like that type of stuff. But yeah, he's a shitbag for what he did, for how he treated Clyde, especially what Clyde was going through. With his severe anxiety, depression, and just him bullying everybody else, and then with his sadistic mindset of setting up people to debate and then make them look bad, and him seeing somebody that knows more than him in something, and then him like, oh, I have to make them look bad. Like, how petty can you be? Are you a fucking child or a grown man? And sometimes the way he talks, he does talk like, an edgy, an internet dweeb. He's such a fucking dork. He's a loser. And I just want people to know that don't know that much about the anime community and, even the power scaling community. We're not all like this. Yes, some people can be like this, but don't view us all as, weirdos who just have no self-control, because a lot of us are just normal, genuine dudes that just trying to have fun and like talking about stuff that we care about. Clyde is a normal guy, Chuck is a normal guy, Swag is a normal guy. Also, it's really fucked up that he tried to have these two guys fight each other and had them break up, because one thing I really care about in this world is friendship, and one thing I really admire is loyalty. And I really hate people who start shit between friends to have some entertainment. I despise that. So the fact that he did that for entertainment value is sickening. And I do think this does show a little bit of a glimpse of what's wrong with society, and that's this clout chasing or get your bag no matter what type of mentality. And I see it a lot where people are like, as long as you get your bag, and I'm just like, fuck you, stop that. Stop promoting this shit. Yes, getting money is important. I'm right now trying to be on the grind to make my money, but I want to do it in a reasonable way. I want to do it in a way where, I'm investing or, working to get it. Not just, doing stuff for clout or making stuff up or screwing people over or scamming people. People have been doing, YouTubers have been doing some really fuck shit, and I'm just sick and tired of it. Where's decency? Where's the morals, I get it, you want to get rich, but morals are more important than getting money, and I think we need to promote that more as a society, and I want to promote that more as a YouTuber. Yes, money's important, but there's right ways to do it and wrong ways, and the way Seth is doing it is wrong. You should never start shit. You should never start drama. You should never do this toxic stuff, or scam people, or just take advantage of people just so you can get financially wealthy. I always feel that's scummy, and I'm always at this point in time I'm just disgusted with society as a whole, with this whole cloud chasing, get your bag fucking type of mentality. It's just so fucked up. I just wish people I have no problem with people make money, but there's right ways to do it and wrong ways to do it. And when I see people doing this way, cloud chasing, this is what you create. You create attention seeking monsters who use people as pawns, and takes whatever they can from them and then discards them. This is just such a fucked up mentality, and society as a whole needs to stop this. I'm sick and tired of hearing this in rap songs about getting your money and shit like that, just hustling people. I'm being honest, those people fucking piss me off. If you're one of those people that does that shit, don't ever fucking talk to me. Don't associate with me. I don't fuck with people who think that money's the most important thing. You should do whatever the fuck you want. If you want to work hard, if you want to invest, if you want to be smart and intelligent with your money, I love that. That's great. I think that's a great mindset. I respect that. But if you're one of those people that say money over everything, no matter what, I hate you. You're really disgusting. That's a disgusting mentality, and I think society as a whole needs to stop promoting that shit, because it's toxic as fuck, especially to young kids that are trying to get in, be influencers or trying to get into social media. Stop it. It's just so disgusting. But yeah, he was really fucked up for this. I just really, before I always thought Seth was kind of, had a bad attitude. His fans were kind of dick riding him a little too much. But now it's like, okay, he's a monster. He's a groomer. He does all this other fucked up shit. He's just a piece of shit, all the way put together. And then his fans dick riding him still. This is the problem with this. Another problem with society is people meat riding people. Like, it's okay to love somebody. It's okay to admire somebody. But when somebody does something wrong or says something wrong, there's nothing wrong with you calling them out on that. That doesn't mean you don't like them. There's a lot of people that I like in this world, but I'm always going to call them out. And there's people that like me, but call me out on shit. If I do something wrong or say something wrong, I have no problem with you guys calling me out. I would prefer that. I do not want no dick riders. I want guys, men and women to, who follow me to be, honest with me and say, hey, look, man, you did that wrong and you need to fix it. Obviously, as long as you guys aren't, trying to, shit on me all the time, but if I fuck up, say, hey, you fucked up. I can forgive you, but you have to, fix it. But people like Seth, he's lost. He's long gone. He's not going to change. That's just who he is. He's deep down in his core, he's a horrible person, and he views himself as some anime villain. You're not. You're just a fucking loser. You're an absolute loser. If you think you're some cool guy or some chat or whatever because you're doing this shit, just know you're not. You're just a piece of shit for doing this to people. So yeah, I hope he, suffers some consequences, because far too often we see, YouTubers who do some fucked up stuff and then get away with it. They just, go out, hide under the rug, like Shane Dawson or James Charles. These guys, they keep on doing it because they're not going to stop until we do something about them. Them and Onision, these other fucking assholes, they go for so long on YouTube, and you would think these people would be canceled a long time ago, and they get canceled multiple times and still keep on thriving. And I hate it, because there's good people out there that get shat on and get unjustifiably punished when they didn't do anything wrong, and then there's those who deserve it more than anything, and nothing happens to them. It's just sickening. But yeah, that's basically all I have to say with this. It was just basically mostly me ranting about the situation and what he did, and how messed up it was. I didn't watch the whole video from Clyde. I tried to watch as much as I could. I watched over an hour. I was at work most of the time, so I couldn't watch the whole thing, but I watched as much as I could, and I got the gist of it. And it was quite crazy how I found out about this, because when I was going to work, I was, just, checking my YouTube feed and stuff and just scrolling around, and somebody put up, one of the polls and said, who would win, Seth the Groomer or EDP? And I was like, what? Why are they comparing Seth to him and calling him a groomer, and then I was checking through the the comment section, and people mentioned that Clyde exposed him, so I checked out the video. So that's how I found out. If it wasn't the case, I would have found out through all these other videos, but I saw through that, and then I saw more bigger YouTubers talking about it. I was like, oh shit, this is crazy. This is getting a lot of attraction, and he deserves to get his feet held to the fire. For too long he's acted like however he wants, thinking that he can treat people however he wants, because for too long he thought he could just trample over people, and people who do this think they can do it forever. No, they can't. They need to learn, if you do something fucked up, you're going to get called out for it. That's what we should do more as a society, holding people accountable for their bad actions. And we should also hold ourselves accountable for our own bad actions, whether it's us doing something wrong or saying something wrong. I think doing is more important than saying, but still, either way. Yeah, I just want to say the final thing I want to say is, since this happened, I'm guessing he's been dethroned as, the power scaling king. So I'm going to take his place, and I'm going to be the official, leading power scaler in the community. So everybody, if you want to look to a power scaler who is not only has some level of integrity, I'm not the most, I guess morally great person, but at least I'm honest about it. If you want to find somebody who has real great integrity and is also truly the champion and king of power scaling, and is an absolute genius and would wash any of them easily, no diff, zero diff, me 100%, definitely check out Dragon Ball for Life. No, I'm just messing around. But yeah, it's a fucked up situation, but I'm just happy that he's been finally exposed for it, and that the people that have been hurt from it can kind of get some kind of closure or some kind of justice, and hopefully we can stop people like him. And we're always going to have bad people, but hopefully we can hold these bad people accountable and expose them to the light, because it's very sickening to see. I'm sick and tired of seeing every week some shitbag YouTuber who's doing some fuck shit. Is just disgusting at this point. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and stay tuned for next time.